Haggis put this guitar together out of spare parts bought from Performance Guitars, or they did, I think, in Los Angeles back in 1989 or so. And he was driving around LA and drove through the neighborhood, and there was this little Latino man that had a wood carving shop just right off the street in a neighborhood. And he said he pulled over and said he went over and said he saw these signs for sale. Beware of dog, no trespassing, just keep out, you know. And he's like, sir, can you do that to a guitar? And I said, yes, I can.
We're here with the one and only Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke. We're here at Hammersmith Apollo today. Great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Yeah, so last time we were in the middle of the ocean, moving all over the place. At least we've got a nice stable ground today, and we're going to take a look at your rig, yeah?
Now we're landlocked.
Absolutely. Before we do that though, something I've got to ask you about was, I noticed that video where you went to Daryl's house.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was particularly a kind of special moment for you, like getting in there and two incredible songwriters getting together. Can you peel back the curtain a little bit and just tell us about how all that came together and what your experience was with it?
Well, it was all real, like the way it happened. He walked in. I had arrived. Funny story. I arrived early in the day, you know, for the rehearsal run through, which wound up becoming the taping because it's very loose. But the night before was Halloween, so I trick-or-treated with my kid, had a sewage explosion at my house.
Okay.
I showered before I met Daryl home. Flew to New York City, drove to where Daryl's house is, and no sleep. So that was, you know, back in my wilder days, it would have been easier with man-made narcotics and things like that.
Okay.
But anyway, no, it was coffee, and Daryl and his band were very gracious and extremely professional, and it was just, they made it easy.
Absolutely.
And then when I got back home, I had to deal with sewer explosion. My wife held down the fort while I was gone.
See, I wasn't sure when you say that, describe it as sewer explosion. I'm like, is it a euphemism? Like was actually a person?
I didn't tell Daryl that I swam through a river of poop to get to him.
Absolutely. And how was it sort of interacting with him? Was it just what you expected?
It was great. He was so easy, and he's just, well, you know, they create that show, and he does it every day, so it's...
So is it just what we saw on film,
just
that first meeting? And
he came in real. I had to run to, I was on the phone with my wife, with the plumber. I had to run back in. They were like, Daryl's here, he's early.
Well, it came together incredibly, but did you have any apprehension about, you know, how the songs would sound in that setting? It seemed like it was just, they just clicked. Yeah, no,
his band was really great, and I mean, obviously it sounded different because there was different people playing it, but I thought it came across really well.
Yeah, I thought next time I see you, I've got to ask you, because it just seemed like a particularly special moment for you. Now, you're out on the road just now, obviously got the brand new album, well, a few months now, but the way that the things work, you know, as soon as a new album drops, 6 months later, people are clambering, like, when are we getting something new? So obviously you're getting this fan reaction off the new stuff. How has it been taking these songs out on the road?
It's been great. The people really seem to like it, which is always good. It's better than the alternative. But I see people singing the songs, you know. They're not complicated songs, so their lyrics are easy to remember. And they have picked out some favorites, which is good. And I love it. It's when it works that way, that's what keeps you doing it.
Of course, and you know, I'd be remiss not to ask about this incredible tribute show to Brett that happened. I know it's still all very raw, but could you just give us a little bit of, you know, how that went down? It must have been a very special show last month.
It was, and we did it at Chastain Park Amphitheater, which is a legendary Atlanta venue. Cream played there in 1968. There are photos on the wall. So it's a beautiful natural amphitheater setting. It was just a perfect day, perfect weather. 5,000 of our friends paying tribute to Brett, and Butch Walker came, we did Van Halen. Rick Nielsen came, we did some Cheap Trick. Jesse Dupree came, we did some AC/DC. It was great. It couldn't have been more perfect.
That's amazing to hear. Well, let's take a look at this rig for tonight's show.
Okay. It's almost a mirror image of my United States pedalboard. Actually, no, it's not. It is a little different. It's very simple. Crybaby, aluminum Falcon, Piedmont Electronics, Klon clone. Supa-Trem, full tone. This is a version 2 that has the volume knob, which I don't even need, but it's just fantastic. Velvet Fuzz, Wampler, fantastic. I run it on the big setting, or tight. I think I go back and forth between big and tight. What's better, big or tight? Solo Dallas Storm, this is the pedal version of the Schaefer Diversity Tower that Solo Dallas makes. It's the great, the great wireless tower. Vibe Machine, dry bell. Greatest little bitty univibe type pedal ever made. And a Wampler faux tape echo. And a good old Polytune.
So your amps for tonight?
Ampeg Lead 55, which is basically a 1987X Plexi. Just a fantastic amplifier. Can't say enough good things about Greg Germino. And Gabriel Curry in Echo Park. This is his 6V6 Vibromatic 23 with vibrato if needed. That will make you feel like you're swimming, which is always good.
Did you find you're able to get the same rig that you would take out in the US tours for UK?
Well, I brought this over here. It lives here. All this stuff lives here.
Perfect. And when did you get turned on to the Germino stuff?
Probably 2013. So a little over 10 years. I was playing some amps that kept faltering. They sounded great, but I kept having problems. And a friend of mine said, Keith Nelson from Buck Cherry said, I need to introduce you to Greg Germino from North Carolina. And I said, okay. And Greg came to a show with 2 amps in his hands. I've been playing them ever since.
Now, obviously, you play in so many different rooms and spaces and the cruise ships, as we said, what have you. But so, do you find that the settings need to drastically change depending on the venue? Not
drastically. Just not much at all, really. I don't change much at all. Just if a room sounds bright, I'll darken the amp up a little. Just whatever sounds like that day. And tube amps can be temperamental, as we know.
And what are we looking at speakers-wise?
2 Greenbacks, 2 G12H65s, and these are warehouse 10s and 112. And I don't remember which exact speaker models these are, but they are actually the American speakers. So it's like a Marshall and a Fender. And
do you find, because obviously you've got this just to sort of protect the sound getting a little bit too aggressive for you.
Not for me, for the front row.
Right, okay. Fair enough, yeah. Do you find the sort of in-ears, does that work well for you, or do you still need to really get that sense of the amp behind you?
Well, I want to feel it, this way, it goes up. And people use plexiglass, and that's fine. I just think this looks cooler.
It does, looks great. It's amazing. Well, let's take a look at the guitars.
Okay.
So guitar-wise tonight, I'm expecting some Les Paul Juniors for sure, eh?
I brought 2 for you. Actually, they live here. This is a 56 Refin TV model. And this is a brand new Charlie Starr signature Junior.
Incredible.
With the hey all on the back. Spelled incorrectly. A couple of custom shop guitars that have been over here for several years. Both of these came from Chicago Music Exchange. At the same time, this R9, it kind of makes me think of the Joe Perry Burst. Just needs a little of the aging.
Beautiful. It's like quite a thin neck on that one then?
No, it's pretty chunky. It's not a bat, but it feels pretty good, This Walnut 335. It has a nice wide C profile.
My check, sorry.
So how do you feel that the custom shops, obviously you wouldn't play them unless you absolutely loved them, but you're a real connoisseur of some of the vintage instruments. You think these hold up?
Yes, I do. Especially now. I feel like they're making the best guitars they've made in years.
I think it's incredible how they even have the old smell. With the finishes and what have you.
Right.
So where would we see some of these songs coming in the set? Do they have a sort of set time that they make an appearance? Is it really just what feels good on the night?
It has to do with tuning, mostly. And then some things just some songs lend themselves more to a hollow body guitar or a solid body guitar. Are definitely a single coil or a humbucker type situation. This is a Whitfill, Charles Whitfill, who builds beautiful T-style guitars. These are Brandonwound pickups that are just fabulous. So when I need a Telecaster type thing, but also I brought over this guy that handles most of my open G stuff. It's Haggis's old guitar from the Horsemen.
Incredible. So what's the story on the craftsmanship on that? Very unique.
Well, Haggis put this guitar together out of spare parts bought from Performance Guitars, or they did, I think, in Los Angeles back in 1989 or so. And he was driving around LA and drove through the neighborhood, and there was this little Latino man that had a wood carving shop just right off the street in a neighborhood. And he said he pulled over and said he went over and said he saw these signs for sale. Beware of dog, no trespassing. Yes, keep out, you know. And he's like, sir, can you do that to a guitar? And I said, yes, I can. And so he did it right there. One of a kind. Up to the bed. And we got Duesenberg. This is the Johnny Depp model, actually. Which is this aluminum top.
And why do you ask this? What?
Machined, really, beautiful engraving and stuff. And it's a really cool guitar.
Interesting with just a single pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what's in there pickup wise?
It's a pickup that's proprietary to this guitar, but it's sort of like P90 single coil. Which a P90 is a big single coil pickup, so I don't really understand how that works. But
and are you a big Bigsby guy?
I can be. You never know when you're gonna need it. And actually, this one stays in tune, so that's a plus.
Some interesting artwork on the back as well, I notice.
I think this has something to do with Johnny Depp's tattoos. I don't know. But this was a gift from Ingo at Duesenberg, and it's really cool. I appreciate it. And last but not least, Acoustics. I have a Hummingbird. This one's new. It's beautiful. And this other little one here is an Echo Park little OM body guitar. Sounds huge. It's beautiful.
Is this quite new as well?
That's a crazy C tuning. I have a new song called Azalea.
Beautiful track on the new record, yeah.
That's the tuning for it. Yeah, this one, I think I've had it in about 5 years or so. Beautifully crafted.
Starr, in the set.
Split headstock. Slotted headstock, rather. That's it.
Perfect. Well, look, don't drop in.
Let me break my own shit over here.
Daryl, look, thanks so much for taking us through the rig tonight, and have a fantastic show.